This is my Estey Model Z artist model that currently my husband Edmund Wodehouse is cleaning the reeds and making sure the mechanical stops and the mechanical functions really work well. It appears that he's going to be able to do that. This instrument I had abandoned. It was the second reed organ I purchased roughly around 2000. This was right after I got that little Mason and Hamlin out of a garbage dumpster, and I found that I took it to Michigan, the little one, and I ran across a palate that had a beautiful sub bass, and I decided I would like to get an instrument of that type, and somehow connected with Dan Tenorobitz in Buffalo area. He had this instrument for sale, and I purchased it and brought it down to New York. This was in 2000, and yeah, it's a wonderful instrument, but subsequently I found that the repertoire for the American reed organ, original repertoire, the best original repertoire for the American reed organ, was designed for a model of Mason Hamlin that had a different split point than this Estey Model Z, and had other characteristic features that were exploited by Arthur Bird, the composer, and that this Estey could not realize in many cases, even though it has wonderful capability. It has probably more reeds than my Mason and Hamlin 86K. It may even have more reeds than my List model, which I've used extensively. So we took it out of the garage here in Vermont, thinking I would try to get rid of it, but in fact it's just so marvelous that we're going to try to bring it back up to playability, and this is the process that we're undergoing right now, and I'm very grateful to my husband for doing this.
Go put this set back in to the I'm just drying the reeds after washing them. And wash them with dish soap. Just using a watercolor brush to clean any dirt out of the throats and the tongues of these. There's 61 notes in a rank, F to F, and just keep them in order, and then you can put them back in order.
See, the tip was bent?
This tip has been folded.
Yeah.
But,
wonder what it's going to sound like.
Oh, we'll find out. Why don't we go find out? We'll put it in, and then you can get down here next to my shoulder, over my shoulder. Well, you're going to get blocking it. But this is the clarinet rank here.
Yeah.
Okay, and in order to get to it, you have to put the stop, the stop box up. You see, maybe I can close it and show. Here's one opening. Let's see. No, it's sorry. There it is. So to get to these, you put too much shadow there. Okay. We open it up. We have to move this spring over. I want that other one down. This one. Okay. Okay, stop. 30 on the left and 30 on the right.
31.
31 on the right, sorry. And, but I'm trying to find the stop. Oh, I can't lower that. The spring's out of it. That's already done, but I haven't put the spring back in. No, the only way to get this one back down while this one is up is with the swell shade. Okay, so now we'll put these back in. I start with the smallest one. Unfortunately, I might not be able to get to that without closing the swell shade. I can't hold this and do this simultaneously. So you need to use forceps.
this is a good view.
No, I'm going to need to lower this. Okay. And it's 30 in this treble end, and 31 in the bass end of the clarinet rank. Okay, once we get them part way in, I sometimes wax the edges if they're very tight, but these are not tight. So we'll just slide them in. Now once you get them about halfway in order not to disrupt that felt, you push them in with a screwdriver.
Do you think that was the original felt?
Yeah, probably. I mean, there's evidence that this instrument has been worked on and tuned, because you can see scratches and places where things have been put in and taken out. Unfortunately, you have to remove the springs from the stop boxes, from the stop lids. And you got to fiddle with those springs to get them back on. So we're pretty much there. And once we have this rank in, if you want to try it, we can put the bass box back on, and you can see if these all work. Cleaning is really just a matter of washing. So. I did find a couple that were out of order. Bass end of that.
Yeah, is that funny? So you're making sure they're very well seated.
That's right. Just making sure they're all. Oops, that's not a good sound. I'll bet you there's a tool for this. I made my own reed puller. That's a reed puller right there. You can just hook a reed and pull it out. That's how a reed puller works, but then putting it back in, you need to just make sure it's seated.
Unfortunately, the
holes get worn. And then it because there's a certain amount of twist on that. All right, let's put the bass box back on. The way we're going to use it is because a vacuum is pulled through this bass holes, bass ports, and we need to cover that up. All right. Position that, and we'll just put one screw in that.
Okay, so Okay, the split point, I forgot, the split point is between B and C on this instrument. So I'm filming the Vox Jubilant.
Well, I can film it from here. Count from the top down and tell me which one it is?
7.
That's the one I told you was damaged.
Okay,
Okay, keep going.
this is working.
That's good.
Oh, it's working.
Oh, okay, well that top one is also a little awkward. So 1 and 7 need to be worked on. Okay. All right, now can you close close one of those? Okay, they're both closed now.
All right.
Can you find is it flute that you need to open in order to just play one rank? Okay, that's the lower rank. Now go ahead, that's flute? Okay.
No, it's called diapason.
Okay, try the diapason fairly quickly from the bottom up.
Okay, so those are working good.
All right, right. So it's the what was the rank that I just put back in, and
Vox jubilant.
Vox Jubilant.
Well, it's
number 1
actually-
and number 7. Try number 1 on the Vox Jubilant. Okay. That would be that one. No, the other end. Number 1 at the top. Okay. Let me pull that and see what happens. Okay, try it again.
So now you got it out.
That's correct. So I know that's a bad read right there.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you think causes all that discoloration?
Leather. An interesting thing about leather and brass. There's a leather pad under each of these boxes. You can just barely see it there. You can see the edge of it right there.
Yeah, okay.
Now that leather pad, when you don't want air to come through these reeds, that leather pad goes over the holes where air is pulled through. But the skirt of that leather is hitting the reed, and where that skirt hits the reed, there's actually a reaction that takes place from the tannins in the leather that causes a copper nitrate or copper nitrite to form on the brass. You'll see that on brass zippers and brass that touches leather often. So that's got to be scraped off. Okay, I scrape it off with dental tools.